Parents noticed that shit, right?
Gosh,
I saw it.
Fluorescent yellow gum.
Little media training, huh?
Oh yeah. No, she did a good job. It was a nice piece. Shout out to Channel 9.
Coach, how did you feel the intensity was in practice today?
I thought it was really good. You know, with so much time in between the Minnesota game and then opening night, you know, how do you feel those days? And obviously the day after was a blackout day. Yesterday was more of a player development, lift treatment day, and then today, opportunity to get back in the gym, get up and down and compete. We did one-on-one live, we did transition defense, possessions. It was a good day. I thought guys not only pushed themselves, but also pushed each other.
What does Jamal Murray taking the next step look like to you?
Being healthy. Yeah, I think it starts there. I think Jamal Murray's already shown what he's capable of. The year we won a championship, we don't come close to winning a championship without Jamal playing at the level he played at. So first and foremost, Jamal to take that next step or get back to the level he was at is just being him being in great shape and being healthy. And then obviously when he is healthy and in great shape, that allows him to go out there and impact the game across the board. I was really pleased with Jamal's game in Minnesota. I thought he was engaged. He was emotionally locked into that game. By far his best contest in the preseason, and it was good to see him kind of have that kind of output and energy to end the preseason.
I've always felt your team performs best when it sort of carries an underdog role. Do you as a coach secretly like the fact that some folks are overlooking the Nuggets, that you've taken some steps back this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so much easier to operate, you know, from the underdog status, and when teams don't, you know, maybe give you a chance. Not that we listen to that. You know, last year, obviously, we were 100 by 29 other teams, and ultimately Minnesota got us in that second round. So, new year, new challenge, new team, and regardless of what people are saying about us, we know that we have a good team, and we have a chance to be a special team as we continue to work towards that. But I really enjoyed being in the gym with our guys today, and that's got to be the same thing tomorrow as we prepare for opening night against OKC.
You like the fact that you're taking on a very good team to start the season?
Yeah, I mean, a team that finished #1 in the West, a team that beat us 3 times last year. Obviously, we know what they're capable of, and I think our guys know the importance of getting off to a great start, especially at home in front of the best fans in the NBA.
How important do you think it was for Julian to continue what he did in Summer League and have a really consistent preseason as well?
Yeah, I thought Julian was great in the preseason. You know, I thought he was efficient, aggressive, effective. He got to the foul line a ton. It was great to see him go 12 or 13 in that last game. He'd been missing too many free throws for the shooter that he is, but had a hell of a Summer League before he rolled his ankle. Had a hell of a preseason, and now the challenge is Summer League is one thing, preseason is another. Regular season is a completely different animal. Can he take his productivity and bring that into the regular season? Because we're going to need that. Obviously, Julian's going to be a really, really key part for our team, whether he's starting or coming off the bench.
You've talked about him being in here every day this summer and all that. What kind of conversations did you have with him about how to delegate the time, whether it was a certain number of reps that you wanted to see him get up or specific drills to work on? What were those conversations like?
Well, the conversation is he needs to be more consistent. You know, if you look at his numbers last year, he had games where he was great, very efficient. Then he had some other games where he wasn't close to being as efficient. He shouldn't be a low 30% three-point shooter. He should not be a free throw shooter in the 60s. He should be a challenge himself. He should be 80 or above from the foul line. And he should be probably volume three-point shooter at around 38% or higher. Those are the goals that I have for Julian Stawther. He's one of our better team defenders. He's really locked in, disciplined, knowing where he needs to be from a game plan standpoint, but he needs to continue to work on his one-on-one defense, taking pride in that. And those are all things that Julian is more than capable of doing. Couldn't be more proud of him, to your point. He was by far the guy that was in our gym the most. And that wasn't demanded of him. That was something that he wanted to be here. He wanted to work. And, you know, I love the fact that he committed himself the way he did.
At this level, is there a lot of trusting guys to do that work on their own as opposed to micromanaging? Or?
Well, I think it's different, you know, in terms of which players and where they're at with their career. You know, I'm not going over to Sombor, Serbia to watch Nikola Jokic. But for our young guys, you know, for the Julians, CBs, Paytons, and Hunter and Jalen and all the other guys, you know, you have more kind of control in terms of what they're doing, where they're doing it. And like Michael Porter, he may not be in our gym. I know Michael Porter's in the gym. He's a gym rat. He's a basketball junkie. So we have a lot of guys that you have to trust. And then you have other guys that you can kind of, because they're where they're at in their career, can kind of mandate where they are and what they need to be doing.
Is Peyton a full participant, or do you have a feel for how likely is he?
Yeah, no, he was a full participant today. Obviously, we'll see. This is the first time he's been a full participant, probably in close to 5 weeks now. So we'll see how that injury and that muscle reacts to what he did today. Because tomorrow the hope is, you know, to introduce some more things offensively, script, shoot, working on defense. But I want to blow it out tomorrow. I want to have we're going to be on the main court, which would be nice to finally get on the main court and play maybe 3 or 4 12-minute quarters. And the hope is that Peyton feels good enough to be able to get through at least some of those tomorrow. And you know, Peyton, I'm not making him out to be Dr. J, but with Peyton, you know, we need him. You know, the things that he brings to the table, he's going to be an important part for this team. His athleticism, his versatility. I see him running the floor in that second unit with a guy like Russell Westbrook. I think those two could be really good together. So just having Peyton Watson back out here, I was happy for him, because talking about getting hurt at the worst possible time as you get into start training camp and missing all 5 preseason games. So he looked good conditioning, and hopefully tomorrow he's a full go.
Jamal, how's practice today? How's the energy?
It was good. It was good. Up and down a little bit, played some live. Yeah, overall, it was a good day.
Wednesday, looking forward to it? Have a great day?
Yes, sir. Excited to put on for the fans, get the season going, and the energy's going to be really good. So everybody's ready to just kind of get the thing going. But you know, thankful that we got a few days to rest and retool.
Malone was saying that you kind of felt funny. How are you feeling, health-wise?
I feel good. That was first preseason game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're 5 in now. Yeah.
I know, let's double check it.
No, we're good.
What do you kind of take you away overall from the preseason, and what is there left that you kind of want to make sure that the team is figuring out going into the season these next few months?
Turnovers, transition, getting back. Just got discipline stuff, you know. Being on the same page, just talking more each and every possession, offense and defense. I'd say those are probably the keys right now.
Do you like the fact that you're opening against a good team who's going to challenge the West?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we faced good teams as well, Boston twice, and I'm having a brain fart, but whoever we played already until now. So, like I said, we're all ready to go. Just trying to stay mentally locked in, and, like I said, retool for these last few days that we have and make the most of it.
How comfortable do you think Christian Brown has been with you guys so far? I know you've talked a lot with him over the years.
Super. I think, you know, with each practice, with each rep, he's getting better and more comfortable. Bringing the ball up, being in different spots, just being versatile, looking to score and just playing free. You know, you can tell he's not overthinking too much right now, so we need that to start the season.
I know we've asked you a lot about Julian. He's a guy who looks up to a lot, but with everything that has happened for him this offseason, the summer league going really well, and then the preseason, like, has there been sort of a growth in excitement just from the whole team in terms of what he's been able to do?
Yeah, I think his growth is great. I think we're not a, you know, what's it called? We expect this from him. You know, this is something that he does on a daily basis. He shots at a high rate, so he's doing what he does. And we all know what he's capable of. So I think we're seeing him day in, day out, putting the work to see it pay off. I think it's great. The more he sees it pay off, we'll be on better things.
Well, immediately, Coach Malone said if you, Mike, Joker, each take one more 3 per game, the team goes from like 29th in attempts to middle of the table. So, is there anything you feel like you can do over the course of the game to, you know, increase the number of 3s you're getting up?
Yeah, just shoot another 3.
Is that something you're intentional about? Or?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just being aggressive in every instance, every time they mess up, whatever it is. It's just kind of the way you do that. Just kind of look for it. You know, so it's not overthinking it. It's just getting one more up in the 30 minutes. I think we're all capable of doing that.
I know a lot was made of your percentages being down in the Olympics and all that. Is it nice to just end the preseason with one game where you're just kind of able to shoot well and all that?
Yeah, I mean, I only played half for each game, so there's not much to really go off of. So I mean, for you guys, maybe you guys, this is a big help.
Does part of you think that three ball's too big a part of the game?
No, I think it's a big part of the game. Depends how you use it, depends how much you make, depends if you adjust, depends if you keep shooting. I think, it just depends on how you want to go about it. But obviously, the way we play, generating a lot of threes and open ones, we want to keep shooting, encourage guys to shoot it. And so I think just having that in our game plan allows guys to play free, shoot free, and just kind of play the game and play their game. So I think Julian's benefiting that the most. Hunter's doing really well. I know it hasn't translated in the game yet, but I think once he makes a couple in the game, all that noise will quiet down. So, we got shooting. Now it's about going and doing it and finding a rhythm within the season.
Thanks, Jamal.
Julian, I know you had already had a strong preseason and a pretty strong offseason as a whole, but what can it kind of do for you to end the preseason with the kind of game that you had in Minnesota?
Oh, I mean, it's just huge just for, carrying momentum into the regular season. Obviously, everything's behind me now. Preseason doesn't mean anything. Summer league didn't mean anything in preseason. Preseason not going to mean nothing in the regular season. So just trying to carry the momentum and go out there and produce.
Julian, what's the biggest improvement you've made in your game since last season?
I would probably just say it's really just more mindset and speed, if anything, and finding the right shots. I feel like in my rookie year, it was easy for me to kind of just get carried away and launch a couple that were kind of ill-advised. So, just trying to be a more smart, more poised basketball player, and I feel like it's helped my product.
A lot of assists from Westbrook to you in the preseason. It's obvious watching it. Do you feel that connection on the court?
Oh, for sure. I mean, everybody's eyes just automatically draw to Russ, especially when he breaks the three-point line. So just being able to spot up and knock down shots, that's my job.
Do you think your defense is underrated?
I feel like it's definitely a part of my game that I'm continuing to make strides on, and I feel like I'm a better defender than people give me credit for. But I mean, that's something that doesn't really affect me.
Is anybody out here that give you pointers the most on defense and stuff like that?
I would just say it's a little bit of everybody. Everybody in here does a good job of helping the next man, even if we're going against each other, white squad versus blue. AG will bring me to the side and tell me what he sees. Or even earlier today, we were guarding and Russ, pointed me a few things out on some post defense. Just little quick things like that, especially, it's only my second year, so I'm still learning. Jamal is Jamal, man. I know exactly what he's going to bring to the table, and I feel like obviously, there was a lot of noise and rumblings, surrounding his name, and I feel like, he kind of put that to rest the other night in Minnesota. But, everybody in here knows what Jamal's capable of, and we know who the player he is. So, yeah, he'll be ready on Thursday.
You've mentioned kind of sacrificing your summer to make sure you're in here every day and all that. Was there anything that you were able to do to try and make it feel like you were having a summer or an off season still while you were in Denver?
To an extent. I had a couple of my boys come out here, every now and then. But other than that, it was just a normal day's work. Just come in here, get the work in. Summer league was like my little vacation. Got to see my family at home at least. But other than that, we've been in here.
Yeah.
Did you get a little bigger, stronger in the offseason?
Oh, for sure.
Like how much?
I don't think I gained much weight, but it was making it the right weight. I was a good 210, 215 last year, but it just looked a lot different. I feel like I look completely different. I feel completely different on the court, and it's been working.
How much of it is just work at this level? Everyone's talented, but to get that rotation spot?
Oh, for sure. I mean, like you said, everybody's the best of the best when you get up here. So it's a matter of how you're going to differentiate yourself from the next guy. So I feel like for me, I know that I needed to work on being a more consistent player on both ends of the floor, shooting, everything. So I came in here and I worked on my jumper until my arm was going to fall off, and hopefully we can just keep it consistent.
Have you gotten used to Gonzaga Pac-12 yet?
Nah, that's kind of nasty. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm kind of bittersweet about the Pac-12 because we wanted to play in the Pac all them years, and they declined us for football because we didn't have no football. Now they want to let us in when I'm gone. It is what it is.
How different is practice culture from college to the NBA? It's such a long schedule now.
Yeah, It's very different. You know, college you kind of feel like a job, like you're kind of forced to do it. You know, I feel like up here, I mean, guys are the best of the best of the best. This is their craft. You know, like this is what guys want to do for the rest of their life. So, I mean, we come in here with a little bit of different mindset, and you know, everybody's trained to go.
It's Julian.